All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new 2020 Michaels exclusive Wintergarten Christmas shop. I want to first come out by saying that this is Garten with a T, not garden. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm a terrible speller. So initially, I know a lot of people for the 2020 stuff looked ahead online and saw what was coming out and, felt one way or the other, good or bad or indifferent, however you felt. I'll tell you how I do it. And I do it this way for a reason. I know you can go online and you can look all the houses up and there's the big announcements and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. And that's an awesome way to prepare yourself to see what you're going to be into, all that stuff. But I'm a little old school, maybe the way I was raised. I don't know. Habit. I don't know. But for me, I like my first thoughts, the first time I ever lay eyes on a house, I want it to be tangible, right there in front of me so I can see it and everything it was meant to be and really take it in right there. Because first impressions are everything. And when I see a house in a photo, there's been plenty of times where I've seen it, loved it in a photo, thought it wasn't all that great in person, and then other times hated something in a photo and then wanted to buy it when I saw someone else got it in person, loved it, went down to the store and they were out of them because I didn't get them when they came out because I didn't like the picture. So it's a totally mixed bag. So for me, I like to go as soon as they come out, right down to the store. In my case here, we have Michaels. I know there's other stores that do it, but locally, that's what I have access to. We like to go down as soon as they get them out and take it in right there, boom, and just really look at everything front to back, the whole village as it was meant to be, as it was imagined, as the creators, they put a lot of time and effort into, coming up with the ideas from front to back and seeing it through for ultimately for the customer or the collector to hopefully want to take it home, right? That's the whole idea, build the collection, right? Get bigger and bigger every year. Some people like to trade. Some people like to just collect and never sell. Other people are just sellers and buyers. I mean, there's so many different platforms out there for this kind of stuff. But ultimately for me, I'm a collector. I don't sell these houses. I do repair them now. So I'm definitely, doing that kind of stuff on the side. But as far as my own collection, I definitely do it for the long term. So when I go to see a house, that's how I like to do it. This is just my way, doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it's the best way. If anything, that makes me a little unprepared because I have no idea what I'm getting into. But it's worked for me forever and it's allowed me to have true feelings for a house without any prejudgments or anything like that. Because a picture can really make it awesome or, left to be desired, right? So here's where we are now. At the time of filming this video, it is the middle of September, or almost the middle of September, and Michaels had their Christmas stuff just put out within the past couple days here, I believe. We went down, there was still some Lemax Spooky Town stuff left that wasn't sold yet, but for the Christmas stuff, it was brand spanking new, fully stocked, ready to roll. This box has the old school kind of like early Spooky Town boxes where they had the clear plastic front on them. They're back to that for only this house, at least at the selection at Michaels. All the rest of the houses were fully boxed. This was the only one that had the plastic front. Maybe that's a selling technique or something with the size. I don't know what the reason is. It's definitely going to be more susceptible to damage because of that, so be careful. When we went to pick this house up, there was two down there on the shelf, and one of them had some damage in this kind of corner here on this window. I don't think it had particularly anything to do with the box. I don't know, but I know it was damaged, so we grabbed this one instead. They were on the bottom shelf. For all I know, I don't know, when it got put in, it got nicked. I don't know, but there definitely was some damage to it. So I don't know what it's from, but be cautious of that. Always pull it out of the box. Even after we purchase it, right there, we say, hey, can we slide down to the end here and just open it up and make sure it's okay? Because there's been more than countless times where a house was damaged right out of the box. Not saying it was anything to do with Lemax one way or the other. Could have been the shipping, could have been someone opened it up before me. Not pointing blame anywhere. Just telling you that it's worth saving the gas and your time to go back down there and trade it in and hope that they have a replacement. When you could just spend 30 seconds popping the box open and plugging it in. No big deal, right? Let's take a closer look. All right, guys, so here we are. House is out of the box and plugged in and looking great already. Let's just kind of take a quick little tour. There's that little bit of animation I was telling you about. And that really does look stunning, by the way. I'm not sure what it's looking like through the camera at the moment, but I can tell you that in person, it looks pretty pro level. Like, it actually looks like something you might see on a sign outside a pub. The sign here, this is a little note for you, is not a sticker. At least it doesn't appear to be a sticker. It appears like almost, gosh, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's edged in, but I don't think they would do that. I don't know, but it definitely doesn't feel like a sticker. And if it is, the sticker has some serious depth to it because you can feel the lines and the grooves and all that kind of stuff in there. We have a little bit of a sign here, a little tinier one. And I did notice all around this house, no matter where you look, even in like the further points, like way back in there in that little hallway, there's another one back there. The detail doesn't waver. I mean, it's there the whole way. I mean, right down to the little pretzels. No matter where you look on this house, there is detail. I mean, it is really cool. And, sometimes with houses, it's hit or miss, or it has a couple cool parts, or, but it's tough to get one that's consistently nice all the way through. Even Santa and the reindeer are hanging out. So it's really nice. This little star lights up. I don't know if you can see it right now, but we'll turn out the lights later. But it is lit up. And there's quite a few lights in this house and around this house. But again, they're kind of like one color, which I'm totally fine with. It's just cool. It really, really is cool. However, there's two things that bother me about this house. And, on this channel, I'm always going to be honest with you on my thoughts and whether that's good or bad. It's no secret that I'm a Lemax fan, but when there's something that has to be said, even if it's not the best, I want to be honest with you guys, because what I would never want to happen is someone to watch one of these videos, go out and buy a house because I said it was great, and then find something out about it that, was maybe misleading or I wasn't transparent about or something like that. So I always try to lay all of the details out. And if there's something past that, I honestly just had no idea, or I overlooked it or whatever. But I'm always going to give it to you the straightest possible way that I can. And that comes with good and the bad. But when there's something bad or, that could have been better, I'm going to let you know. And that's the case here. The house, beautiful. The detail, perfect. Wouldn't change a thing about it. However, there's two things that bother me about it. I'm going to put them in order of the most important change, we'll say, I would have made. And then the second was just bothersome. So if you look on the side of this house, let's see if I can pick it up here. The switch. Now, why would I make a big deal over a switch? Well, there's a couple reasons. Normally, first of all, the switch should be where it's plugged in at, right? Like, on the back or something like that, or have a little cord coming off like majority of their houses do with a little, switch on it or something like that. But no, this one is dead on the side, and it causes a couple issues, particularly how you would display this. This house can be hung on a wall, which I've never seen on a Lemax house before. But it can. It has hooks on the back, which I'll show you in a little bit when we get to our next point. If it's hanging on the back or hanging from the back on a wall, I can understand why the switch, maybe isn't on the back, but that doesn't mean it couldn't have had a cord or be on the bottom or something like that. The bigger issue is I think majority of people that buy this house are probably, collectors or into the hobby in some way and are going to put this house in their village. Well, you can't really put it too close to another house if you have this switch right here. And I know some people have giant villages with plenty of space, but I don't. For me, I have a coffee table where houses are slammed next to each other just to make as many fit as possible. And there would be no way I could go in every night, move houses around, widen things up just to be able to get in and hit this switch every night. That would be super annoying, super inconvenient, and I'm sure I would break something because I'm clumsy that way. You know, that was a big surprise for me. I didn't know that initially when I bought the house. I still would have bought it. There's the hook I was talking about, by the way, so if you want to hang it on your wall. It's a battery operated house when you get it. Yes, and mine does not have a screw in the battery compartment. I don't know if they're supposed to, but mine did not. And nor does it come with batteries. This is my first time opening the compartment. But yes, indeed, it is a battery operated house. And I think that is the most annoying thing in the world when you buy a house, especially an expensive house, and it's battery operated. Or even worse, it doesn't come with an adapter, and it could have. So for instance, this one does take an adapter. As you can see, you have the option, right? If this was a smaller house, you know, maybe a $20 piece or even a $30, $40 house, maybe. I'm even afraid to say that. If it didn't come with an adapter and it was battery operated or had the option of an adapter like this one does, and it didn't come with one, I wouldn't be crazy upset. You know, it's $30, $40. You know, maybe I will use batteries, or maybe I have an extra one laying around or whatever. For the price of this house, which before tax is $119, I shouldn't have to get anything, including batteries, because it doesn't come with those either, to get this thing rocking. I should be able to pull it out of the box, plug that puppy in, and enjoy it immediately. Because this house is expensive and it's huge, and you want that feeling when you pull it out of the box to just go for it, you know? People work hard for their money, you know? We all do. And it was a real blow when I pulled the thing out, because by the way, at the store it's not ran on batteries, it's plugged in. And when you're just glancing at these houses, you see a cable coming out the back, you know, you don't exactly assume that it's battery operated. I didn't know, and of course, until I looked at the front of the box, which did indeed tell me that. Again, wouldn't have changed if I bought it or not, but man, I thought it was a huge blow. You want to leave the battery compartment in there but still give people an adapter, go for that. But to just, you know, go for the battery compartment, not even give you batteries, not even say, hey, look, you know, it's $120, at least let us throw in a couple double A's. I don't know. That one was rough for me. But, you know, like I said, it wasn't too big of an issue because I had some extra adapters from over the years laying around. And it's a regular standard 4.5 and all the rest of the usual suspects. Put it back together here. By the way, if you do have one of these, did yours come with the little screw for the battery compartment, or did none of them have it? I have no idea. As far as hanging it off the wall, I don't know. It could do it. You know, it's only as strong as probably as the glue, I guess. You know, I see one screw. Let me see. I don't see any screws in these holes, is there? Let's see. No. I see one screw right here, and I don't know what it holds on to. I see some clips here, right there. I'm assuming that it's only really as strong as maybe that one screw and the glue. Maybe you could do it, and it's meant to do that, so maybe it's great. I wouldn't risk it at $120. No, I couldn't risk it. I don't trust glue that much, but that's just me. If you hung it on the wall, how did it go for you? Hopefully you didn't have any issues. Let me know. Was it strong enough? Were you nervous about it? Was it shaky? Did you pull it up and put it down? And because, you know, I don't know. I've also never seen a Lemax house that does this. Doesn't mean they don't exist. It just means that I'm not familiar with one off the top of my head. But it would be beautiful. If you had this just hanging on a wall, yeah, it would look beautiful. If you could find the right spot for it in your house, yeah, I think it would be great. Is that the most trustworthy plastic piece on the planet to hang $120 of your money? I don't know. It's not up to me. That's not up to me. But I'll tell you that I will be displaying this in my village. I think it's beautiful, or somewhere around our house if I can't get it to fit, because we do have height issues with our current setup. But it will be out this year. It's overall an amazing piece, super beautiful. The detail's awesome. They even got the little city lights kind of going around, and I mean, look at the detail even in the bar. It's kind of like an old, almost like a Cheers kind of feel to it. But there's detail all the windows. I mean, it's really, guys, it's so beautiful. Even right down to the little mailbox, or Santa collecting seasons of, I think it's supposed to be seasons of, gosh, I think it's supposed to be seasons of giving, but I have no idea. I'll leave that up to you. But anyway, aside from the weird spellings, which, like I said, I'm a terrible speller. For all I know, it says something great. I just, have a love for the hobby and trying to do the best that I can to show you guys what you're getting into. If you choose to go down this road for this house, I think it's a great decision, a great place to put your money. I'll give you, just on an ending note, a quick breakdown of how our payment worked out for this house. We bought it from Michael's. I don't know that that's the cheapest place or the most expensive. I think it's reasonable, considering other online retailers don't always, give you the most fairest pricing. I don't also know who carries the Christmas displays. I've only ever bought my Lemax Christmas displays from Michael's. We bought some of our Spooky Town and stuff in recent years from Menards and eHobby and things like that. So maybe they carry them too. I'd imagine they do if they're carrying their Spooky Town. Those places are genuinely really good as far as pricing. I would have no problem spending my money there. But we got ours from Michael's. For the most part, if you have a coupon, the pricing is decent as long as you have a coupon. This year, the pricing, even with the coupon, wasn't all that amazing. In past years, the coupons made it really good. This year, maybe with COVID, maybe with changes in management, I don't know. It's not my place, not my business. I just know that it cost me more money, however it worked out this year. But anyway, so the pricing. This one was, like I said, $120 before tax, $119.99 before tax. We got a 20% off because it wasn't on sale, so this was just a standard 20% off. We also had, let me see here, $15 in voucher money. The thing with the voucher money is that new program that Michael's is running, that new rewards program. So yes, they're giving you money, but it's really your money back from all the money you spent blowing your life on the Lemax Spooky Town life savings donation, away. So that's where that $15 came from. And then I had a $15 gift card from Michael's due to an incident with a house from this year's Spooky Town. But anyway, guys, for the money, even if you only have the 20% off, totally worth it. I think it's a great house, classic, would fit in with many different styles of villages, whether it's the most animated pieces or the original classics. That's what makes this one so good, is that it could really fit in on both sides of the chart. Highly recommend this house. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything in between, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching my channel. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.